Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Brigitte Lin, Lin Ching-hsia, born November 3, 1954, in Taipei, Taiwan, is one of the most celebrated actresses in Chinese cinema, admired for her extraordinary beauty, magnetic screen presence, and versatility as a performer. Rising to fame in the 1970s, she became both a box office sensation and a cultural icon, bridging the golden era of Taiwanese romantic melodramas with the flourishing Hong Kong film industry of the 1980s and 1990s. Early life and discovery. Lin grew up in Taipei in a modest family and was discovered by a film producer in 1972 while still in school. That same year, she made her acting debut in Outside the Window, Chiung Yao, adapted from Chiung Yao's novel. Her natural elegance and expressive eyes quickly captivated audiences, and she became the leading face of Chiung Yao's screen adaptations, solidifying her as the eternal dream girl of Mandarin romantic cinema. Taiwanese film stardom during the 1970s. Lin starred in a string of popular romance films such as The Cloud of Romance, 1977, and Where the Seagull Flies, 1974. Her pairings with male leads like Chin Han and Charlie Chin created the so-called two Chins and one Lin phenomenon, a trio that defined Taiwan's love stories for an entire generation. She earned a reputation not just for her beauty but also for the melancholic depth she brought to tragic heroines. Transition to Hong Kong cinema in the 1980s. Brigitte Lin shifted her career toward Hong Kong, where she reinvented herself beyond romance. She collaborated with acclaimed directors such as Ringo Lam, Tsui Hark, and Wong Kar-wai, expanding into action, wuxia, martial arts epics, and experimental cinema. Her ability to embody both feminine grace and masculine strength became legendary. Some of her most iconic roles include Dongfang Bubai in Swordsman 2, 1992, where she played a gender-bending martial arts master, a performance that redefined her career and cemented her status as an icon of androgyny in Asian cinema. Ashes of Time, 1994, directed by Wong Kar-wai, where her enigmatic dual roles deepened her aura as a cinematic muse. Chungking Express, 1994, in which she appeared as the mysterious blonde-wigged smuggler, a striking departure from her earlier romantic roles. Legacy and retirement. Lin retired from acting in 1994 at the peak of her fame, after marrying businessman Michael Ying. Her departure left fans stunned, but her filmography remained rich and timeless. Since then, she has occasionally appeared in public, written essays and memoirs, and maintained an aura of mystique that continues to fascinate admirers. Brigitte Lin is often described as a screen goddess, a title she has held for over 4 decades. Her image blends vulnerability with strength, femininity with androgyny, tradition with modernity. Critics have noted that she represents not only the changing aesthetics of Chinese-language cinema but also broader cultural transformations in gender representation. Cultural impact in Taiwan. She is remembered as the face of an era of romantic films. In Hong Kong, she is revered as a martial arts and avant-garde star who pushed boundaries. Globally, her roles in Wong Kar-wai's films introduced her to international arthouse audiences. Brigitte Lin remains an everlasting icon of beauty, artistry, and transformation. A woman whose screen presence continues to inspire new generations of filmmakers, actors, and cinephiles. Brigitte Lin, Lin Ching-hsia, a timeless screen legend. Early life and discovery. Brigitte Lin was born on November 3, 1954, in Taipei, Taiwan, into a family with no ties to the film industry. She was known for her intelligence, quiet elegance and striking looks from a young age. In 1972, while still a student, she was spotted by a film producer and cast in Outside the Window, Chiung Yao. Adapted from Chiung Yao's best-selling novel. The role of a young, vulnerable schoolgirl in love catapulted her to instant fame and defined the start of her career. Stardom in Taiwanese romantic cinema. During the 1970s, Lin dominated Taiwanese cinema, especially in Chiung Yao's melodramas. Her collaborations with Chin Han and Charlie Chin became legendary. Together, they formed the famous trio dubbed Two Chins and One Lin, Chin Lin, who appeared in numerous sentimental love stories. Some of her well-known Taiwanese films include Outside the Window, 1973, Cloud of Romance, 1977, The Story of a Small Town, 1979, Where the Seagull Flies, 1974. Her beauty was often described as ethereal, with a melancholic charm that made her the perfect heroine for tragic romances. By the late 1970s, she was one of the most bankable stars in Taiwan. Reinvention in Hong Kong cinema. In the early 1980s, Lin transitioned to Hong Kong cinema. At first, she was cast in glamorous roles in comedies, dramas, and thrillers, but she soon began redefining herself as a versatile performer. She collaborated with major directors, Ringo Lam, City on Fire, 1987, Sui Hark, Zoo, Warriors from the Magic Mountain, 1983, Peking Opera Blues, 1986, Wong Kar-wai, Ashes of Time, 1994. Chungking Express, 1994. Lin became known for her unique ability to embody gender-fluid characters, particularly in wuxia films, where she often played women disguised as men or even fully male characters. This androgynous screen presence fascinated audiences and critics alike. Defining roles in the 1990s. The early 1990s were the golden peak of Brigitte Lin's career. She gave some of her most memorable and transformative performances, Dongfang Bubai in Swordsman 2, 1992. This role is perhaps her most iconic. Playing the infamous martial arts master who sacrifices masculinity for ultimate power, Lin embodied a figure of gender ambiguity, strength, and elegance. The performance redefined the character and has since been considered a milestone in Asian cinema. Peking Opera Blues, 1986. A Sui Hark classic where Lin played a revolutionary heroine in 1913 Beijing, mixing action, comedy, and political intrigue. Her performance balanced toughness and charm. Chungking Express, 1994. In Wong Kar-wai's internationally acclaimed film, Lin appeared as the mysterious drug smuggler in a blonde wig. This modern, no-Irish role showcased her versatility and introduced her to art house audiences abroad. Ashes of Time, 1994, another Wong Kar-wai film, where Lin played dual roles as a man and a woman entangled in complex emotions. It cemented her as one of the most enigmatic figures in world cinema. Retirement and later life. In 1994, at the height of her career, Lin shocked fans by announcing her retirement after marrying Hong Kong businessman Michael Ying. She settled into family life and had 2 daughters. Despite stepping away from the screen, her legend only grew, as she had left behind an indelible body of work that continues to influence filmmakers and actors. In later years, Lin has occasionally re-emerged into the public eye, not as an actress but as a writer. She has published personal essays and memoirs, such as Inside and Outside the Window, reflecting on her youth, career, and life philosophy. These writings offered rare glimpses into her private world, as she has long been known for her elegance, restraint, and mystery. Legacy and cultural impact. Brigitte Lin is often described as the epitome of a screen goddess, an actress who transcended mere stardom to embody timeless allure. In Taiwan, She is remembered as the ultimate romantic heroine. In Hong Kong, she is celebrated for her daring, gender-bending roles in wuxia and experimental films. In world cinema, her collaborations with Wong Kar-wai brought her to the attention of international audiences and critics. Her influence extends beyond film. Lin's androgynous roles in films like Swordsman II have been studied in gender and cultural studies as groundbreaking for their fluid representation of identity. Fashion and art circles also continue to be inspired by her style and presence. Selected filmography highlights Outside the Window, 1973, Cloud of Romance, 1977, The Story of a Small Town, 1979, Zoo. Warriors from the Magic Mountain, 1983, Peking Opera Blues, 1986, Dragon Inn.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.